mouths of Kyron Horman's own parents. Their little boy went missing 5 long weeks ago today. For the first time, Kane Horman and Desiree Young say they are convinced Kyron's stepmom, Terri Horman, had something to do with little Kyron's disappearance. And get this, Kane is now saying he knows Terri even walked out of her first polygraph test. Tonight, a terrifying new question. If stepmom Terri was involved, did she have help? 7-year-old Kyron Horman vanished from his school June 4th on Terri Horman's watch. At the time, Kyron's immediate family acted like they believed Terri's story, that she watched Kyron walk towards his classroom as she waved goodbye. But Kyron's dad told Good Morning America he now thinks there is 0 chance that his wife is not involved.
I think that the percentages are so small that I have no optimism in that regard, no.
Kyron's dad admits his marriage to Terri started falling apart after the birth of their daughter a year and a half ago. Could Terri Horman have been suffering from postpartum depression? And could that drive a woman to kill? Kyron's biological mother and father say they know Terri is lying and insist she failed her polygraphs, and it proves it.
Unfortunately, I'm kind of at that point where I'm so angry I don't even have words. I just really want her to do the right thing.
Terri Horman and her attorney have declined to comment on the allegations. But hearing all of this, I really have to wonder, how is Terri keeping it together? As one retired police captain put it, does Terri Horman have antifreeze in her veins? Straight out to my fantastic expert panel, but first to investigative reporter Michelle Segota. Michelle, what is the very latest?
Well, in a very candid interview, especially yesterday at a press conference, I watched the entire press conference, Jane, and there were some interesting details that came out from Desiree Young and Kane Horman. And one in particular was when they were asked if Terri allegedly may have had help with Kyron's disappearance. Both parents stopped. They looked at each other and then answered the question. Desiree said she doesn't want to speculate. And moving forward with that, in addition, they both said that it appears that Terri did in fact fail both of her polygraphs when all 3 of the other parents did in fact pass with flying colors. They are coming out. They are being candid. They are not holding anything back anymore at this particular point. And tonight at 8:30 at Skyline Elementary will be a very large candlelight vigil to be able to honor Kyron and hopefully bring those leads to bring this child home.
And I wonder what Terri Horman's going to be doing while that vigil goes on. Kyron's dad, Kane Horman, says his marriage to Terri changed radically after the birth of their daughter, Kiara. Here's what he had to say on Good Morning America.
He went through some postpartum depression after the birth, and her emotional state was just more erratic.
We've shown you the before and after pictures of Terri Horman before she had the baby. Take a look at her. She was an avid bodybuilder, taking part in competitions. A perfect physique. Then her daughter was born, and her body changed. She put on weight. There you see her, with her face encircled. Dr. Dale Archer, psychiatrist. Could this have contributed to the postpartum depression? And hypothetically, can postpartum cause a woman to kill?
No, Jane. Postpartum depression, absolutely not. Postpartum psychosis, maybe, a la Andrea Yates. But if she were psychotic, everyone would have known. You have hallucinations, you have delusions. I would say that instead, this was a pathological narcissism on her part. And when the child was born and the husband made the comment that my kids will always come first, she wanted to always be number one, always first. And I think you put that together, it led to a jealous, pathological rage that led to a narcissistic explosion.
Shirley, Pennsylvania, your question or thought, man?
Hi, Jane.
Hi.
As I remember, the landscaper said Terri promised him a lot of money if he would kill her husband. Now, I wonder what kind of insurance, life insurance, is on Kane Horman's if he's dead.
Well, that's an excellent question, Mike Brooks. We've never even thought of that. The possibility that there could be a financial motive and that maybe there's an insurance situation here in the family.
That's a great possibility, and possibly a motive. We have not heard anything about, any life insurance. Was any bought recently? These are something that law enforcement have not come out with or even have mentioned, Jane, but there's always a possibility that it could be a motive.
Terri Horman took a science fair picture of Kyron. There it is, just before he vanished from school. He was last seen at 8:45 that morning. Then stepmom Terri posts that photo on her Facebook page at 1:21 p.m. So hypothetically speaking, if Terri took Kyron, how far could she have gotten in less than 5 hours? Where could she have stashed the child? Unless she had help. Here is Kyron's mom on Nancy Grace.
No. I know she's involved. Do you think she would have done this alone? I don't believe so. Because, honestly, she didn't take out a contract on her husband alone. So I think that she will probably need help.
This brings me to my big issue tonight. Was there a mystery man involved in all of this? And could that person crack this case wide open? Got to go back to Mike Brooks. Could Terri Horman have hired someone to abduct Kyron, just like she allegedly tried to hire somebody to kill her husband?
There's always that possibility, Jane, or maybe someone that she knows. And keep in mind, Desiree Young was very close to Terri Horman and probably knows her a lot better than some people do. So, and it was interesting, the dynamic between she and Kyron Horman during the interview, looking at her when it talk about a second person, and that she feels she probably didn't act alone. Very interesting, Jane.
Wow. Now, there's two big ifs here, Mark Eiglarsh. If she is involved in Kyron's disappearance, and remember, she's not even considered a suspect or a person of interest, according to the cops officially, and if she had some help, clearly her cell phone records, her emails, her computer records, her car, how many miles it has on it, all of that has to be analyzed. Do you think cops have already done that and exhausted those possibilities?
I think if they haven't done it already, they're in the process of doing that now. These are not rookie investigators. They're doing everything they can, and they know they have a great challenge because she's got a lawyer, so she's not going to slip up. And by the way, you're analyzing her behavior, the antifreeze remark. She's doing exactly what her lawyer has instructed her to do. Don't react. Don't continue to write things on Facebook or put it out there on your MySpace page. Be quiet and just hope and pray that they don't have evidence beyond a reasonable doubt.
That was a retired officer who made the antifreeze remark, not me. I was just repeating it. Please don't blame the messenger, Mark. All right, everyone stay right where you are. Is Kyron's stepmom hiding a very toxic secret? Remember, I wrote a book called Secrets Can Be Murder, plus abuse allegations.
We have to remember, even though Mike Brooks put it out there that they were close friends, but the other day, Desiree stated that she did not know Terri for the first year and a half of Kyron's life, and that she didn't know her very well. So there's conflicting stories on how well Desiree knew Terri and for how long.